Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I am Dan Reed, and this is let's call it a reintroduction. I don't know if I did an initial introduction, but this is a new introduction nonetheless. This will be a reintroduction because I am having a shift in my content. So I was doing like lifestyle acting, but I'm no longer in Ontario, so that is very hard to do. So I may still do that kind of content here and there, but in the meantime, I am moving to more research based content, you could say. The whole point is I'm putting my degrees to use. So my parents are less disappointed in me. Let's see if that works. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So, yes, this is a reintroduction. I want to focus more on research. This is inspired, obviously, by my studies. I have been a student for what feels like a million years. I am currently finishing my second degree, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So, I don't know where to put my energy or my efforts other than continue doing research. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't a student, to be honest. This has been my life for a long time. So now instead of focusing on research that I'm forced to do for my studies, I want to research things that are fun and entertaining for me. And maybe they'll be fun and entertaining for you as well. So this is very much inspired by a course I took in my first degree, the anthropology of death. And a lot of the research that I have been doing for this series, there's going to be several different videos. I have a lot of ideas for future videos. It was very inspired by that class to look more into kind of things that we don't really look into, like academically or scientifically, if you want to look into that. I want to kind of look into supernatural stuff because who doesn't like supernatural? As you can see, I like spooky things. I got my little ghosts, I got my little alien guy, and some posters. So I just want to look into kind of stuff like that. I've been watching a lot of this content and I found it really interesting, so I just wanted to start doing it on my own. I apologize, I have notes. It is finals, so my two brain cells are working overtime. So a lot of the research that I've done specifically kind of for this is like a bridging course and very general. I will delve more into like specific topics like ghosts, vampires, zombies, etc. Anything else that interests me along the way. But this video is a lot from an anthropological framework because that is my background. That is what I'm most familiar with. I'm not going to focus solely on that, but I am going to mention a lot of figures in anthropology, so that's why I want to bring that up. But why why do we care about the supernatural? Well, it permeates everything in our life. It is found in our literature, in our history books, and in our present day media. There's so many movies and TV shows and YouTube channels dedicated to the supernatural. And I want to see what's up. So let's start off with what is anthropology? Since I'm going to be using an anthropological framework, let's get that out of the way. Anthropology is the study of human life or what makes us human. It has four main disciplines being sociocultural, linguistic, biological or physical, and archaeology. My focus was mostly on the biological or physical, and it's a very holistic and multidisciplinary field, meaning that look at big picture stuff and incorporate other fields like history or biology or chemistry, stuff like that. Supernatural beliefs and experience has have been a part of human life for a long time. It goes way, way back. And the point of anthropology is to, we want to be informed on the conditions that create these experiences because they are experiences. I just, I want to preface this by saying this is not research to be like, are ghosts real? Is this and that real? No. This is a fun video series. I don't care if those things are real. I mean, I do a little bit, but like, I'm healthy in the middle. I'm not quite a skeptic, but I'm not a believer. I could be swayed either way. So I try not to have any bias in that. But like, and also scientists don't give a fuck about if ghosts are real. They're too busy doing things like curing cancer. And I'd say that's much more important. But, we do want to understand why people have these beliefs and experiences. So there is two things that happen in a supernatural event or experience. Number one, unexplained phenomena. And two, labeling of this phenomena as supernatural or paranormal. Now, before we get too into it, I do want to kind of distinguish between supernatural and paranormal. I don't know about you, but I was using these terms interchangeably, but I guess they are not quite the same thing. So, when we talk about the paranormal, para means beyond or beside, normal means normal. So, beyond or beside the normal. These kind of experiences tend to include things of magic, extrasensory perception. I think that's what ESP means. Um, Aliens, Bigfoot, stuff like that. When we talk about supernatural, super meaning above or beyond, and natural, natural, normal, however you want to say it, is more used in a religious context and includes entities such as angels and demons. So there's that. I had no idea about those things. Now let's get a little bit into the history of people not investigating, but like looking into the supernatural. These experiences are integral to everyday life and we should take them seriously. And here's some people who agreed with that. Um, First, let's start with Edward Burnett Tyler, who is a British cultural anthropologist. He was the cultural anthropologist. Like he started it. He did it before it was cool. He was the hipster. Um, so he is considered the founder, and he was also knighted. He is best known for his writing on primitive culture, which talks about the linear evolution of primitive to modern culture, which is now very outdated. He was an armchair scholar, did not have any direct interactions with the groups that he researched or talked about. A lot of his research comes from basically reading other people's experiences. He believed that we could better understand religion through the experience, through the exploration of supernatural beliefs from primitive cultures. Because all the great religions have some notion of spirits, souls, or the supernatural. He thought that these savage or primitive cultures were irrational and could not differentiate between stages of sleep versus stages of death, leading to this idea of spirits or ghosts, which have the ability to move in and out of bodies. Second figure, we have, I'm going to try and put a picture here. Let's see how my editing skills are. We have Andrew Lang. So he is around the same time as Tyler. He was a Scottish folklorist and anthropologist. His interest in folklore, as well as paranormal phenomena, phenomenon, phenomenon, phenomena. I don't know. It sounds like I'm saying it wrong, but I think that's how you say it. Anyway, supernatural phenomena and clairvoyance. So he wanted to make connections between this historic phenomena and present physical research. He was tired of anthropologists not being taken seriously, basically. He went to the Society of Physical Research and they're constantly being ignored because anthropology was not considered a hard science. They did not want to address or comment on the ethnographies that anthropologists were producing, like such as documenting psychic experiences. He felt as if both of these disciplines, physical and experiential, should work together. So, what other physical research has been done? Fast forward to the early 1900s. There was physical research labs being built in the US, UK, and around Europe that were designed to create control conditions in which researchers can investigate the supernatural using cameras, recorders, and barographs. One specific man was the name of Harry Price. I keep leaning over. That's so dumb. Was Harry Price, and his goal was to see how far the alleged alleged phenomena of a seance room can be brought in line with norm. English is a hard language. Brought in line with normality by using experimental methods. Now let's fast forward even more to the present day. So, as we know, there's many shows and media dedicated to uncovering the physical evidence of ghosts and demons. A lot of them are not actual scientists, not using the scientific method, but it is still fun to watch and consume. I know I like to look at it, I like to consume it. I think it's fun. I watch ghost investigations and then I watch debunkers who debunk these investigations. I'm going to delve more into this specifically in my next video because it's going to be all about ghosts. So if you like ghosts and any other spooky things, make sure you like and subscribe. And let's get into a present day anthropologist who really stood out for me. And I'm kind of obsessed with this guy. He has a journal series called Paraanthropology, bringing the best of the paranormal and anthropology. And his name is Jack Hunter. The reason he stands out and why I'm obsessed with him is not only because a lot of this journal came up in my research, but I watched a podcast of him with some school. I want to say Harvard or Cambridge, something like that. I don't remember, but anyway, in this podcast, he said he got interested in topics of consciousness, religion, and paranormal because of an acid trip. That's right. An acid trip. Not a vacation, but a trip on acid, like not magic mushrooms. He said in his this experience he saw little fairies. How cool is that? He has published works about ghosts, spirits, magic, and mediumship. He founded the Journal of Paranthropology, as I mentioned before, and he basically wants to take the mysticism out of the supernatural and bring it back into the realm of normal, much like other researchers have tried to do. So I thought that was a really interesting anecdote. Like I said, his journal came up a lot when I was doing my research. I'll probably be using it a lot in this video series, whatever it is. But anyway, that is the end of this kind of reintroduction video. The next video is going to be a lot more specific. This was very general, not with a lot of information, but my next video is going to be about ghosts. I'm going to get a little bit more into the history and science and the realm of paranormal investigations. So if you are interested in that content or maybe future content, I also have plans about doing vampires and zombies and other cool stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe so that you can follow along with the series and leave a like so I know that you are liking this type of content, and comment down below if you yourself have experienced anything supernatural or paranormal. I myself have not, but I would very much I don't want to say I want to experience it, but I feel like that's the only criteria in me being a full legit 100% believer is if I experience something like that. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to lie. I like to see the spooky things, the paranormal investigations, but I don't know. Is it real? Is it not? Who knows? I don't care. Anyways, this is a fun topic that I want to look into and hopefully you will like as well. So I will see you next time when I'm talking about ghosts.